Hello everyone. How are you guys doing? Hope you're prepared for the lovely interview with Jason here. Maybe Jason wants to introduce himself, who he is, what he does, whatever.
I'm an admin of Clockworks FlyFF, and you guys know me as Chapstick.
Yeah,
That's
we
really
have some
it,
background noise. I know that. That's because my microphone is kind of blocked. So there's that.
Yeah, mine
Today
is too.
I prepared a little interview with Chapstick, an admin of Clockworks FlyFF, and we also show you a little bit of snippets of the new big patch that was announced and that it will be released on the 24th of January. So I hope you guys are hyped for that. And after I've prepared 14 questions, and after that there is an open round for the people in chat. If they have questions, they can ask in chat, and then we try to answer it as good as possible. And I hope you will enjoy this little interview. So, first of all, how are you doing, Chapstick?
Yeah, doing pretty well. It is 2 a.m., so a bit tired, but
It's 2
used to
a.m.
it.
for him, so pray with him. Good.
Yeah,
So, let's start with the first question, I guess.
sure, hit me.
So, what do we have? So, the first question will be, what's the point of playing Clockworks FlyFF when seasons will have much more players? What about my progression?
So, pretty much while the season is active, for a new player at least, we're not talking about a veteran here, there's not really much of a reason to play on the actual server, Clockwork server that is. There's too much of a gap between beginners and veterans at this point that it requires a lot of work, and considering that we don't have as strong of a community as we used to, it's a lot more difficult to actually go from beginner to veteran now. But now it should be served as sort of like a hub for players to interact and unwind after a season. Both beginners and veterans are able to pretty much go between servers once you feel as though you've accomplished your seasonal goals. So, seeing as we have all systems in sync with both servers, there's no actual difference between the Clockwork server and the seasonal server besides tier rewards. You don't really need to play it. That's the truth. You can, if you'd like, as a veteran, but if you prefer more of a bigger community and everything like that, it's much better to play seasons. There'll be more updates and events during seasonal downtime where all users can come together, so I don't think that the user base will drop as significantly as one would think when it does come to the merge to Clockworks. This is all basically because we respect our users' progress, and that's why we will continue to support Clockworks. It's a lot better in the long run compared to a wipe where you'd pretty much have the same thing. We compared ourselves to a lot of other servers, and in the time that we have had, from launch to seasons now, many servers have either gone or started again where you'd have to require spending more money. And we've just added seasons now. That's really it. It's supposed to help you out in the long run.
So yeah,
It's better than
So as I would understand right now, seasons is some kind of new players have a chance to catch up to veteran players, and for veteran players, seasons is more like an optional thing to get like fashion rewards in return, because that's what the rewards are basically for seasons.
Yeah, currently at least.
Currently, yeah. So
yeah, it's everything that you see here today is subject to change. So if you see something with a crazy stat or price or whatever, it's just we are still looking at it.
A small reminder, everything that you see here, all the prices in the shops, everything, it still has bugs. It is all experimental. It is not finished product what you see here right now. So there could be errors, there could be problems, and prices are changing and stuff. So don't worry about these kind of things. So I guess that summarized all the things for the first question. We can on with the next one.
Sure.
So the next question is, how long have you been planning on doing seasons?
Really? We always had seasons in mind because we always saw that sustainability is a huge issue when it comes to life. That's the truth. You always hit the end game and you always end up bored, you end up quitting, population dwindles, server closes, or server wipes. A server wipe isn't good for both admins and players. I can see why players would think it's great, but it just ends up becoming too much work for administrators to really cope with. And that's when you have, I guess, more scam type things where it's related to, well, it's related to, I guess you could say, you know how some servers will open a server and then take the money, close it. You don't want that. It has to be sustainable, but also have an area where players can progress and repeat that progression as much as they would like. So we developed that in probably early 2018. We created it over a couple of months, I guess, and yeah, we just thought it was time because the original idea was to just shove in a new server that would pretty much be the same as we had it back in 2018 or 2017 even. But we thought that wasn't really competitive or fair for players because it would just be like, hey, let's play seasons. There's nothing behind it. It's just very shallow. So we thought we might add some more depth, and that's through our new features and the update that you'll see today.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you're already talking about updates, we can transition to the next question, which is, will there be any updates or patches during the seasons?
You can probably expect frequent updates like events, quality of life, bug fixes and such, but as for pure content, we'd probably keep that up for the next season or when we transition to the Clockworks server. So we already have ideas for S2, and as soon as season 1 would roll out, we'd pretty much get started on them right away. That's not to say we'll rush through season 1, but because of course the development, it does take time. But in my opinion, as far as balance goes and balance updates, I don't think it's fair to apply major balance changes during a season. And this is pretty much because you can have someone who will be playing for 1 month or 2 months on seasons, and as seasons is limited, you'd want to have an end goal for yourself pretty much. And if that were to change based on balance, I don't think that would be very fair. But thankfully, I think Tetris did a really good job at balancing the game, so we shouldn't have an issue.
Sounds good. Can see some updates during the seasons. Not at the beginning, but
sure.
in the middle. Of course, small bug fixes and stuff. If the community finds something, it will be, of course, fixed. Major updates, they won't be happening early on in the seasons and the live server. Yeah,
pretty much. You will see a lot of events as well, and these will also be on the Clockworks server. Along with the updates, there will never be, at least right now, there will never be an update that will put seasons at a huge advantage compared to Clockworks, in that when seasons does end, Clockwork players will be really disadvantaged.
Then we have the fourth question, for how long a season will go for, specifically. Do you have anything in mind?
A lot of people have actually asked this question, and it's pretty difficult to put an answer on it because I don't think it's a good idea to apply a definite end to seasons, because I don't think there is a limit to how long it can go. I think it should organically phase out. So when people feel they have reached the peak and get bored of the content, then it's time to apply our new seasonal changes and get on with the next season. I would say if you're a player and you do want a number, imagine how long it'll take to get pretty good gear, reach end game, or close to it, and enjoy it with your mates. You know, we'll give you a good enough time to enjoy your hard work and dedication. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, don't think that you're done with the game within 3 months or something. So
yeah,
probably
don't think
season
you're gonna be
last 3 months.
Yeah, don't think you're gonna be like, hey, I've put in 1 month, and don't be afraid that it's gonna go, because we're not gonna be making very short seasons. That's the truth. We have a lot of content, and we don't want you to. I mean, of course, we want you to get through it, but take your time, learn it, enjoy the game, make new friends. That's all you can do.
Of course, for all the hardcore players out there, if you start seasons and you're done within a month or two, then it's like, of course, we can't, like Clockworks FlyFF or any other server can like prevent hardcore players to be going too quick through the content, I guess. So.
Yeah. Also, if you feel as though you have gone through the seasonal content already, the one of the good things about how Vlad actually built seasons is it's all within one client. It's another server pretty much. You have the same client. You just go to server select. You select Clockworks. You select seasons. You think you're done with seasons? Log out. Go enjoy Clockworks. Wait until the merge. Everything will come together.
Yeah. Okay, I think that answered the question, and we can go for the next one, which is: are we adding more achievements, or what are the achievements in general? What are you thinking about that?
So achievements, there's a bunch of them, a load of them, and excuse me. That's because we pretty much catered it to both casual and hardcore players, and you'll see that through the rewards later on. And yeah, so there's a lot of long-term ones, and this includes tasks like online time collecting. I'm just talking about the really long ones, and that's because, well, if you think about it, we want to cater to both hardcore and casual players. And also, it's supposed to let you know that it's not just about doing every single thing you can do on seasons. There still has to be things for you to do on Clockworks, of course. And also, with the way that Vlad has coded achievements, is that you will receive your whatever's logged within the database, you'll receive those achievements upon logging in your Clockworks server, non-seasonal character. So you will get the rewards for them. It's not like, hey, I have to redo everything. Vlad's taking care of it. But as for adding more, I mean, I can't really say that yet because players haven't really experienced it yet. Of course, I'm sure there's going to be edits to the achievements. Some might be ridiculously difficult that we just haven't thought about yet. But seeing as we've added long-term ones already, we'll just add ones when we feel the need for it.
So achievements will be added the longer the season goes on, and the longer the patch is basically live. You can add more achievements and balance out achievements that maybe are way too hard.
Yeah, potentially, yes. But as far as I mean, there's one achievement, but there could be 5 versions of it with a better reward for each one. So it's like the casual player might go for the first 2, whereas a hardcore player that wants to get something. I mean, you can get killed or cloaks, for example, but that's through putting in the effort, and that's mainly if a hardcore player would like to do that, they feel free to.
Right, I guess that sums up the question what achievements are about and how many more and stuff be added. So it's easy to add them. So next question is, how does the legend score work? Because you introduced a new legend score system. What is it about, and how do you can earn it?
So originally, I actually came up with this idea for there to be a legend of the season, like a one person, but we decided to make it apply to everyone. Basically, it keeps track of your progression in the game, and progression is marked through completing achievements, killing monsters, being social, running dungeons, a lot of PvE, PvP tasks. So just things you would regularly do. So the higher your legend score, the better your tier is, and tier relates to your seasonal reward. So the higher your legend score is, the better seasonal reward you will get. If you check out the guide, actually, you will get a pretty good explanation of that and how you can check your legend score and what the tiers relate to.
Nice. So with the legend score, there's also the tier system coming up. That's actually gets into the next question, which is, can you explain the tier system?
Yeah, sure. So tiers directly relate to legend score. It's a hierarchy system, pretty much. So you have 6 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and legend. And what these do is pretty much, I guess, in a way, tell you how far you've progressed. And that's supposed to, it's supposed to tell you how far you've gotten within the season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very simple system, but it provides, I guess, a lot of, you would have to do a lot to get to legend, of course. And seeing as it is a seasonal feature, you can't continue your tier progress within Clockworks. Because, say for example, within season 2, there would be a difference between, we might change the rewards, we might change the naming, we might change the legend score required. So yeah, it's a very malleable system.
Yeah, that already answers the second question that I had. So basically, the tier system is a season exclusive one.
Yes.
And each season, the tier system and rewards that you get are getting changed. That's basically the long didn't read. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And basically, the true reason to play season for a veteran player would probably be to complete the tier system and then just go back to the live server if they want to. That's
yeah, pretty much. You can definitely do that. It's supposed to allow you with, supposed to give you competitive content, and it doesn't have to be competitive. You can go at your own pace.
Yes.
You don't have to say, hey, I want to be number 1 in PvP, I want to be number 1 in PvE, but we're not stopping you from thinking that. Or even accomplishing it.
Next question would be, what's the Sorcery exchange, and can we expect donator items in there? So Clockworks FlyFF worked on a new Sorcerer exchange system. How does it work? What does it do?
Yeah, so Sorcerer's exchange is, and it's an exchange system. You're supposed to combine materials, fragments, catalysts. You can pretty much obtain these from mining, collecting monsters, achievements, and you combine them and you do get premium items. So you can expect to see unbinds or amplifications. Right now we have, I guess it's like 10 items, but we have filtered them. So even within this stream, you won't be able to see them all, seeing as we do want to leave some stuff to be a surprise at least. But yeah, you can get donated items, and it's a way for people to pretty much not have to, not be a requirement to spend money on the game.
Nice. That's good to hear. Yeah, we will see an example of the Sorcerer system later on in the stream. Let's continue with the next question, which is, why did you decide to change the guild buffs? Because that's a huge thing.
Yeah, so what we noticed, and this was a problem for a long time, is that people all flock towards high-level guilds instead of working on their own guilds. So there'd be like 2 main guilds that are level 100, for example, and also with the guild, how many people you can have in a guild is also a problem, because like, hey, let's fit half the server into one guild. It's not exactly something you would want in a game. So new characters gained an extreme stat boost from high-level guilds, which made leveling completely unbalanced as well. So you have a regular player who doesn't know about guilds or doesn't know about the guild leveling system and decides to level solo, I guess, whereas they would be severely disadvantaged compared to someone who's familiar with it, or I can have a level 100 guild and just make so many characters much faster. While that's not necessarily a problem in terms of, you have worked hard for it, it's something we would need to balance out, and that's what we did. So, yeah. Also, after a guild reaches max level, there's nothing new members can do to contribute towards the betterment of the existing guild, and it felt like a necessity to be part of a high-level guild for efficient leveling, and that's something that we don't want. We would rather you be in a guild you want to be in, and work for it yourself.
I also will show the new guild buffs, what their stats are, and that kind of stuff later on. So let's continue with the next question, which is, will Royal Rumble include the new weapons? Because I feel like the majority of the new players doesn't even know what the hell Royal Rumble is, and can we already experience the new weapons there?
Yeah, so Royal Rumble is a optional PvP game where it's free for all, and you pretty much select your class, which is your default class, and instead of providing you with instead of you having to provide weapons and consumables, we do all that work for you, which is our templates. We pretty much give you everything you need to enjoy it, and you just have fun. That's it, and you get rewarded for it as well. As for including the new weapons, which, if anyone listening, we do have new weapons with the introduction of our new dungeon. It won't for now. That's just because we're having issues with scaling it. Michael has said, or Tetris has said, that it's something he would want to do maybe mid-season. So you can expect it.
So yeah, that even casual players can experience the new weapons during Royal Rumble there, because the Royal Rumble requirements are be basically level 60 with you can play Royal Rumble because you get automatically set to max level and everything is kind of easy. So
yeah, pretty much.
So
sorry for my coughing.
It's fine. So we already talked about the guild buff changes, but what happened with the Asmon and Trial buffs, because they also get changed?
Yeah, so it's pretty much exactly the same reason. We just feel like it needs to be more balanced and provide a better outcome for players. That's how much I can simplify it, is same reason, just to make it more balanced for users.
More balancing now with Asmon and Trial buffs, that's great.
Yeah, Michael did a very good job with balancing stuff.
That was a quick one, but it's good. Answers the question sometimes really quick.
Yeah.
So the next one would be, why did you change the Anarchy buffs?
Alright, so I've always had this problem with Anarchy, and that was that no one really used it. Especially in the beginning stages of the server. With, if you guys remember, one buff costs 30 Perrin. And that to me is ridiculous. It's too much. You guys suffer a lot to help the community, whereas I don't think that's fair to you guys. So what we did was, we did reduce the buffs. We changed them a little. And we also made them significantly cheaper. And that's just to help you guys out and make it a bit more fun to help people.
Yes, cheaper buffs, better buffs, a little bit more ranged. Sounds great.
Yeah, they're a bit more balanced.
Because I remember when playing the Clockworks FlyFF right now, that the prices were ridiculous and you couldn't afford using a buff and expect that you get the money kind of back. So with the lower prices, people will start spamming the buffs and it will make more sense. Beneficial for everyone, I guess.
I'd be happy to see it, used constantly, because that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want your feature to be used very often.
So
and I think that those changes will do that. Yeah.
The next question would be, was there anything that you were working on that didn't make it into seasons?
Oh, there's a lot. Really, we had a few actually that we just decided that weren't priority anymore because we didn't feel right about it right now. But I think you could expect it in season 2 or even maybe mid-seasons. One of them was what was the name? Angels versus Demons, and that's when you join or create a character, your character is either an angel or a demon, and every week there's new challenges, and these are community challenges. So it's like, can an angel or a demon kill the most monsters? So there's a whole, like, you'll see the progression and you'll see it move throughout the week, and then the winners, either the angel or the demon, will be rewarded. And we also had milestones, and that was a system that I think maybe a few old beta testers would know about, and that's basically rewarding community efforts. Like, hey, you kill the boss 100 times, will now apply a drop rate towards that. But we found we just couldn't polish it in time. So either they'll come mid-season or they'll come in season 2. But you can expect, I guess if you are an old beta tester, you can expect it.
So I guess Too Long Didn't Read, you already prepared lots of stuff that didn't get into season yet because you feel it's not priority to do it right now. You maybe release it in the next season or mid-season or whatever. There's lots of new things you can expect in this season.
Yeah, there's a lot. But
great.
There's also a lot that didn't make it in, so you can expect that to come sooner than later.
So, and for the last question I have, it is with the introduction of the record book. And what happens after the season is over? Will the record book be merged in, and with the achievements and stuff as well? Like, what happens after a season?
Oh, okay, so pretty much the way that we want to do it is just a seamless merge. This will also take place in within normal record ranking system online, through the website. And that's just because, we want to merge it all together. So pretty much, yeah, you can expect a merge. So numbers will change throughout the ranks as you see seasonal characters merging with Clockworks characters. So yeah, you won't lose any of those records.
That's nice to hear. So basically, people that are playing seasons, they don't get tricked or scammed or whatever you want to say to it with their record books, working on their records, because they get merged into it after the season is over.
Yeah, nothing.
That's super great.
Nothing is lost within a merge. Some people have asked me that. Nothing at all is lost. And if it is, something's wrong. But nothing will be wrong. Trust me. It's all good. We've tested it a lot. There's going to be no worries with it. You're not going to lose anything. There's not going to be, hey, I had some Perrin in my inventory, suddenly I don't have it. It's just a merge. And it's going to be a very seamless merge.
That sounds great. So I was saying thank you for answering my questions that I prepared, and I would give the questions now to the users. So if you guys have any questions to Chapstick about the seasonal and server, please be respectful when you ask questions, and I will pick every now and then some questions, and or you pick some questions and you can answer them. If you pick one, please read the question out loud and then just answer it, I guess. So if you feel free to ask questions now, Chad, if you have any questions, because I think many people have questions.
Yeah, if you have a more personal one and you don't want it to be in the chat or whatever, just do it personally through Discord PM.
Yeah.
We'll just do that for a few minutes here.
So after the interview, we are going to show off some features like the Titan system. We're going to show the new weapons, how to exchange them, and we also show you the new vendor system, how it works. There is like sub search in now and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to show after this interview is done.
Show nudes. Just send me your Discord and I'll send you some nudes. When will you be able to get that golden wooden sword as a skin? That's my question. That's an achievement award, and it's actually surprisingly difficult to get. What to do with set parts on live server? You can't sell them because new players be on season? Yeah, that's correct. So I guess you're talking about selling stuff within seasons? Or
no. The main question is for the most veterans players that have been farming now for the big patch, they farmed a lot of items and they expected to sell them or other kind of stuff with the items. So now that everyone will play seasons, they feel maybe some kind of scammed because they farmed all the time, and now these items do not have any the value of it again.
It's wrong to think that the items don't have value. If anything, and look, I understand the disadvantage you guys have faced through this, and I do sympathize with that. But it's better than a wipe, and you have to admit that. When it comes to you farming and then we announce a wipe versus seasons, your gear... Okay, think about it like this. Depending on the length of a season, depending on the length of the season, you might not progress as far as you want. And to correct that, once there's a merge, the economy will still be there. It might even raise in price. So I wouldn't consider that a scam, I guess. I wouldn't consider it a scam at all. I hope that answers your question, Lunch.
So I hope that what I also want to say about this is you're not forced to play seasons. You can still play live server. Obviously, live server at the moment wouldn't be as popular as the seasonal server. But all the stuff that you did, because they also announced a reroll system that has changed, and you need other items. For example, all the Anku items and stuff to actually reroll the new weapons or do everything like that, because now you can have every item maxed because you can individually like reroll all the items. So you will need tons of items, and you have an advantage if you farmed a lot of time and already got the items for that to reroll the weapons. So it's not really lost progress as well.
Thank you for helping out with that question. I have two. With the change in the guild, will this invalidate the hard work parent that's been put into the current guilds? No, not at all actually. It's similar difficulty in leveling a guild, so I wouldn't consider it a waste of time, because it's still there and it will be very difficult to level your guilds. Hope that answers your question. Will the live server receive all the seasonal features? Sorcery Exchange, Record Book, Anarchy, etc. Yes, that's correct. They will. So the live server will have all those features. It'll pretty much be a one-to-one. The only difference is tier rewards. So yeah. Third question: will you smooch Vladdy for one parent? Yeah, I will fuck Vladdy for one parent. There's the guilds will still be level. Okay, yeah. Yeah, any more questions, guys?
Oh, yeah, I have a question. It is from an unknown user. He asked, what about the vote points and the CVT shop? Any changes there? And do you guys gonna add new items right away after the patch?
Yeah, so there'll be a huge change in the shop. CWT will also change. So right now it's Clockwork points. Hey Zang. Right now it's Clockwork points. It'll be translated to Clockwork tokens with the Discord with the VP integration and CWT integration. You'll be able to directly buy from NPCs. And yeah, we pretty much changed the entire shop, so that should be good. I can't remember the other part of your question, or if there was one. But yeah.
It is, do you gonna add new items right away after the patch? It's probably facing to the shop.
Probably before, and we also have a system that'll introduce new items each week, and I don't click it now, but it's on the top. It's on the top left.
I will click it when we actually walk around interview.
Yeah.
Also
how many boss hearts? Yes. Okay, sure.
The guy had multiple questions for. So the second question is, he knows that you can trade the new currency, and what about the vote points?
For now, we have no plans to allow vote point trading, and that's because, I mean, it can be manipulated, and we don't want people to monopolize something that can be manipulated. As you can see with, some people being able to vote more than others, We don't want that advantage, especially because that means you can pretty much sell it and it's tied to Perrin. And we don't want something that is unstable tied to Perrin, potentially unstable tied to Perrin. Is there any more questions from that guy?
Yeah. He also had a question. Can you explain more about the new reroll system? Can you now reroll more than one stat? I think I already answered that. The new reroll system works that you can actually reroll more than just one single stat. And you need other items to get some kind of other item, like dust. It is dust in this game. And you need that dust to reroll your weapons. So you can basically have, at the beginning, a shitty weapon, and you can potentially, with lots of farming and items, you can make that weapon the best weapon with perfect stats.
Yes. So, also it's linear. So it'll actually increase. You have a very, very small chance for it to decrease. So everything that you spend, you can pretty much guarantee that it will be your weapon will be more powerful than it was before.
And then
anything else from him?
Yeah, the last question will be: will there be more special CVT sales more often, with like rare items inside, chance boxes, etc., etc.?
God, yes, you can expect a lot of those. I've worked very hard on that. So, yeah, expect a lot of those, and there'll be also some ways for you to get rewards, daily freebies and everything like that. We are removing the roulette system, just FYI, and we're replacing it with daily freebies. But we'll introduce that later.
Yeah, we're gonna introduce.
Yeah.
More question from the chat.
With the chat.
Yeah.
Questions?
Continue with the chat.
How many boss hearts do you need for leveling a guild from? Yeah, I don't know the exact amount, but a lot. That's all.
I think currently it was from 50 to 100 or 1 to 100. It was like 14,000 or something. But I heard that you guys made leveling the guild harder. Is that correct?
For now, I'm not entirely sure. I would think it's pretty much the same. Yeah. Do we see a new event on Seasons Clockworks? Yeah, you'll see a lot. And these will pretty much run at the exact same time. So if there's an event on Clockworks, you can expect it on Seasons. Can you use the same in-game name on the seasonal server as the main server? Yeah, you can. But when it comes to merge, the oldest character will take priority. So you log in, for example, and you'll be prompted with a name change scroll. And you just enter a new name, and that's it. And yes, it is free. More messages.
Another question is, though the seasons offer tiers rewards, the live server can't receive those unless they pay seasonal, right?
Yes, that's correct. So, for now, and this may change, tier rewards are tradable. And actually, you know what? I think it's going to stay like that. Tier rewards are tradable. And that's because if you don't want to play Clockworks or you missed out on the season and you still want to obtain the tier rewards from that, I think it's fair that, you can sell your hard work, as everyone has a right to. So if you want to sell it, you can, but that's the only way that a non-seasonal character can obtain a seasonal tier set.
There's so many questions.
Will there be in-game farm events like Valentine's Day chips or something? Yes, there will be. You can expect more events.
So yeah, I guess it's like the normal events that you have already experienced in Clockworks 5. They will be also simultaneously on the seasonal and on the normal live server at the same time.
Yeah.
And
what is with the AR level I farmed in season? Do I get a bonus for Clockwork? Are you saying, do you get rewards for Clockworks, for leveling on Clockworks? Because no, you don't, unfortunately. It's just it's a clean slate. Everyone's balanced right from the start. As a new player of Clockworks FlyFF, it is hard to get into all this new stuff you got here on your server besides the current players that know everything already. I'm afraid that it might be much new stuff at once for me. That's true, and I can understand if you do feel overwhelmed. We are working on a guide system, and we also have implemented an adventure, I believe the branches adventure for the achievements, which should walk you through every single thing. So hopefully it should all be covered there. And if it isn't, we do have a pretty friendly community that can help you out. And a guide.
Yeah.
So
Clockworks...
If you have any... Yeah.
I would say the Clockworks FlyFF is working on a guide for all new features, all new systems, and we also have a bunch of live players that also work on video guides and explaining systems there in various languages. We have the achievement system, which introduce you into the various systems, because if you follow the achievement for the beginners, you're basically getting guided through the server and the system. So it's pretty easy to set everything up. Of course, everything at the beginning is overwhelming, but as long as you keep playing and you ask other people if you have questions, they will answer your questions.
Yeah, and also if you have any issues, you can message me. I'll always reply. It's cool. Is there a way to see what the tier rewards or the seasonal rewards are without joining the season first? Look, this was something we did talk about, and I think it's better if you guys do go in game to have a look. Just because you get a feel for it, maybe you'll tag along. It's better that way, really. But I have no worry if you do want to check it out. I can add a guide list or an info page showing the rewards. That's if enough people request it, yeah.
Who else have we?
I don't
more like when I'm area level 50 in seasons and 50 in wins, so do I get the farmed EXP in season on normal clock? You mean yeah, but I think what you mean is if you're leveling on season till area level 50 and it gets merged, that you are there level 50 as well with AR level 50. Yeah, I think that's what you get. Your character will be transferred to live 1-to-1. It is the same character with the same EXP, same everything. Don't lose anything.
It does not stack on. You don't. If you have an AR level 50 on Clockworks and an AR level 50 on season, once the merge happens, you don't have an AR 100. Just to make that clear.
Yes, you will have another character.
Yeah.
Basically, the character gets transferred. Yeah.
Zhang,
Zhang.
Yeah. I want a Nissan GDR, just for the record. When are we getting that FlyFF Battle Royale mode? Alright, I'm just gonna ignore that.
You basically have one. It's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's Royal Rumble. You can't ask for a better thing. It's more popular than Fortnite, so.
Exactly.
So any more questions, guys?
I give you guys like 1 or 2 more minutes of questions. If you don't have any crucial question that we already answered, I think we can already start with showing what is new, and then I need some help from him for some stuff because he needs to spawn me some stuff, and the rest I can show off alone. So he doesn't want to be here anymore then. Yeah, I already see that you have like wings. Is that a thing that's coming in? Like a question from me now?
Yeah, wings will be a thing. They'll be available for as tier rewards through achievements, through the Clockwork store, maybe even a few for Perrin. But you know, whatever way you get, they're obtainable, you will see them because we did get a bunch of pretty good wings that will add to the game. Do we have a new starter pack for the new players? I don't think we really have a starter pack as in, hey, let me click this box and get a million items. It's more of, let me play through achievements and get a bunch of items, because you know, achievements will give you a lot of rewards just for completing basic stuff, especially as a newbie. So yeah, you can expect that. I hope that's the response you wanted.
Yeah, that's...
Anything else, guys? Chappy. Oh, is that a question? Is beginner chips staying the same? Yes. They are staying the same.
The beginner chips have changed. They will be tradable.
Oh, yes,
you
that's
can
true.
now trade them. And I think beginner chips also get like some other changes, but I don't know the specifics, so...
Yeah, well,
this is a mystery. You will see when it's live.
Actually, I can probably check for you guys now, very slowly.
So, I
just
think
minor changes.
Yeah, I think the majority of the questions are being asked or are done. I would like to proceed now with showing a little few things. If you guys have questions furthermore, Chappy sticks around a little bit longer. He will answer them. But I want to show you the new Flaris for the people that didn't show that. We changed Flaris and it's a new look. That's a reason why I'm standing here, that you do not see the new Flaris. Chappie already went towards Flaris, but I'm going to show you how the new Flaris will look like. So we're coming here from the iBats. You already see new kind of theme here in the background. Looks like a little bit of...
I'll just go on mute, but I will hear you. Just so I'm there to do some stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I'll come back whenever there's a question or something.
All right. So
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having you, and thanks for answering all the questions. And I hope that's great. Move faster. Yeah, I'm moving faster.
Hey, show off the login screen too.
Yeah, I will. I will show all the new stuff as well. So I just want to show off the flares right now.
All right, take care, guys. I'll be back in a bit.
All right. This is the entrance to Flaris. It's new. It's more like Asian style kind of thing. That's a random red Meteonica. Well, it's a Titan, actually. We have a Titan red Meteonica, which is one of the new bosses that we're going to fight in the Titan arena. This is the new Flaris. Has a little bit of new overhaul. Beginner exchange is still the same. With some new stuff. And everything else is similar. This will be changed. Everything here is a placeholder, and everything else here, like all the prices, everything, bugs and kind of stuff, everything is a placeholder, so don't think it's new. What you see here as well is the newer dark theme that I made, the dark theme golden one. We have two new dark themes. It's the original FlyFF UI with a dark theme, and then this more clean golden-ish dark theme. So there's that. This is the new NPC for testing some stuff. Where Rumble guy looks different right now, and this is the new Flaris. Jason, you want to put up a vendor so we can show off the sub search and stuff? We have now a Clockworks coupon, Lorita, because we already said Clockworks tokens will be able to be tradable. So you can then just buy, for example, 250 Clockworks tokens or whatever, and then you can trade them with other players. And all the items from the premium shop are now available in the game. You can just buy them with your CVT tokens in the game. No need to go to the website or anything.
I wouldn't show that off just yet. It's not done.
Yeah, it's fine. I can show it off, but everything is not done yet. All the prices are wrong. Everything is wrong. So everything is just a placeholder prices. So that's that. You can buy lots of things now in game. Also, the items might change and stuff. So it's not all finished right now. I just want to show off that you can literally buy everything now in game. No need to be going onto the website. What do you guys want to see first? I think I'm gonna go through the website and then check what is new, and then we're gonna show it off. You put up a vendor already?
For what exactly?
I need a vendor with 2 items so I can show the sub search.
Sure.
How to buy and what to do, because we have a bunch of new things. So Flare has got an overhaul, and a new introduction as well. Achievement reward, collector field. Okay. We have a player event manager. Basically, if you're a generous person, you can gift various items to other players if you want to, trigger events and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you guys can also host events now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do your own events. So you see that we have a new tray in the chat. An events one, which will be a global text. If you write there, everyone in the server can read it, and you can host your own events, or GM's hosting events in there or whatever. So that's also a new addition. So we're gonna start with the collector field because Thing wanted to see the collector field. So this is the new collector field. We already have a bunch of collectors standing around here. So with the new collector, I think I have a collector. Yeah. So you can just do an AFK collector, which is also new. That collects items for you AFK. You don't have to be online. Everything is automatically. You can go offline, and the cool feature about this is you can either go to your AFK collector, click on it, and then view its AFK collector inventory and claim it. But you can also go to the AFK helper prompt, which is in the game, and you can just, wherever you are, you can see the inventory of the AFK collector and claim your rewards wherever you are in Flaris or Madrigal, in a dungeon, whatever. You can do it. And while I'm already here at the AFK helper, you also get a free 6-hour AFK vendor for free every day. And
you can also use that at any time. So
yeah,
if your vendor runs out at 6 hours,
you can just replace them again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 6 hours per day. It's every 6 hours.
Every 6 hours you get a free window for 6 hours, basically.
Pretty much.
Do AFK collectors and vendors count to the online play count? No, they won't.
No, they do not.
So, what we also didn't mention yet, that the scroll of Enlighten got changed. You wanna talk about that?
You know what? I actually will add a little. I'll add it on the website. So
okay.
Basically, what happened is we've replaced Scroll of Enlighten with Scroll of Premium, and it includes a lot more bonuses that we feel would make your time a little bit better, but not pay to win. It's not going to give you a massive advantage.
Yeah, so this is the new collecting area in Flaris. Looks cool, I like it. What is the next thing that you want to see? Achievement rewards. Okay. Let's go into achievements.
I wouldn't do that yet.
We do it anyways.
Okay. Show for advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not final. Everything, it's not final, right? So, this is how the achievement system looks like. Things could change till the season starts or the patch coming live.
Yeah. So, in terms of player count, as Vlad said, player count won't be disclosed. Just to make things a bit... Well, we feel as though a lot of people rely on player count to play, and so you really should just go in and see for yourself.
So, for example, we already talked about the guide with the achievements. If I, for example, go into the adventure, which is basically the guide for the server, you start as a vagrant, and then it says the first achievement would be get buffed by the Clockworks helper, and then you get a reward. Rewards might change, so everything here is a placeholder, and then you get legends points for that, and then you just go through everything, and you just start slowly. When you're new to the server, you go and do the achievements one by one, and then you proceed, and you get to know the achievement system. There are a bunch of achievements, 940 in total. I will not show all of them right now, but there are a bunch of achievements and cool new little things like NPCs that you need to find and stuff, but that's going to be introduced at a later point. It is not on this beta right now, so yeah. That's basically the achievement system. You get rewards, you farm legend score through this, and you get to know the server with the systems.
Yeah, you only get legend points from the seasonal server. No, you can get legend points through Clockwork server as well, but they don't exactly do anything. And the reason why we need that there is because when moving your progress from one to the other, you should know what your current legend score was. So it's just good to know. But functionally, not really, no. Check your inventory.
My inventory, yes.
Yes.
What is in there?
I am setting over some items for sorcerers. Hopefully.
Okay. So, talking about the vendor, you can set up a vendor every 6 hours. Every 6 hours, a free vendor. If you're using a premium scroll, what was the previous scroll of Enlighten, which gives you a 24-hour AFK vendor on top of it, and a bunch of other things. You can read it here, but these are not final, and you get some other lovely rewards through this. One reward is directly buy and shop search. So what you can do is we have the new feature shop search, and you can see all the items here in the subsearch wherever you are. And if you have premium, you can just buy them without going to the shop. But if you don't have premium, you just see the vendor name and then you just go to that vendor and then you can just buy it out of the vendor. So you just buy one here, or if I have premium, which I'm gonna activate now, I can just use the sub search and just buy it wherever I am. So for example, I just buy this moonstone and then it is bought in my inventory. So it comes in handy. You can search items and all that kind of stuff. It's super convenient. Yeah. So.
And then I just got a notification saying that's been sold. When my old gpotato email does not exist anymore, how can I kahange it?
So this is
message me and I'll help you out.
This is not an official FlyFF server. This private server is just hands up, so you can start without being worried. And this is an international server.
Only vendors or normal shops too? So you can actually vend and shop. Yeah. So we company for both. You can do both.
You can do both. That's the great part about it. So
it's in the start, and it's just there. Check out the guide because it is available.
Yeah, there's a guide on the website. Just go on the website clockworks.com and then clockworksflyff.com. Then you can see it there. You already see in the inventory that we have the CWT now in the inventory and the vote points. So no need to go to the website to check everything, or into the in-game shop or whatever to see how many vote points you have and stuff. You can immediately see it just right here. Give me the Sorcery Exchange stuff already. You're not done
I
yet.
believe so. Just I gave you an item to make.
Let's see and check out the Sorcery Exchange one. I personally never had done it as well. I even need to find it. Where is it? Sorcery Exchange. There it is. So I don't even know how it works. So we're gonna do the view receipt one, and then you can see all the items here are placeholders. You get these items from collecting, if I'm not mistaken, from the collector.
Yeah, collecting and killing monsters as well.
Okay. So then you have a receipt book. You can craft items like Scroll of Implications, what we're gonna do and try do now. Scroll of Unbinding Weapon, Scroll of Unbinding Set, and other items will be added probably soon as well, I don't know. And then you need various items and drag them in. So you need an empty scroll, as I can see. Do I have an empty scroll somewhere?
Sort your inventory.
I should sort.
That's another feature. And also you can search. Yeah, you guys know that.
Empty. I'm very good at writing. You put in... Oh, I need to do an Sorcerer Exchange thing first. Okay. That one? Is it that one? Ah, it's this one. Ah, and then it automatically puts everything in. Hey, that's nice. That's a nice feature. And then you just can create whatever you want here. You need X amount of items to create this stuff. Then you can just create the item and then you have it in your inventory. That's a cool feature. So you can get premium items without paying, yes, in the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
My song is over. Restart the music.
That means it's time for me to go to bed.
Just double click the receipt. Oh, that works. Nice. See, we learn everything. Woo! See, we learn something.
See,
it will be probably a guide from me at one point where I explain everything. I always learn as well new things. So we explained that. You want to show off the Titan arena with the new Titans? And maybe you want to explain what the Titans are?
Yeah, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce the new
it's fine. So in the new teleporter, you have the Titan arena. You can immediately teleport it, or you just go to St. Morning, and then in the north of St. Morning is a new arena. And every 4 hours to specific times, there is a Titan spawning, and they drop Angel Bead shards and various other items. And you need those items then later to upgrade or to make the new items, the new weapons will be in the new dungeon available and stuff. talking about the new weapons.
Check out the guide.
Yeah,
as
check
well,
out the guide for
because-
the new weapons. Yeah.
And for the Titans, because we've made it so it spawns every 4 hours, and a different Titan will spawn every 4 hours, and that's just to ensure that regardless of your time zone, everyone has a fair chance to get these powerful items, or at least bid, which I don't think
Yeah,
the
there's an
guide's done
auction
yet,
system
but yeah.
also introduced, where if I think you need a minimum of 5 players to
Yes,
defeat a Titan, and after that Titan is fallen, you will get a chance to auction various items, so with your money. And I don't know how the system works in specific, but there will probably a guide out, and then you need those items to actually create the new weapons, because you not blatantly farm the new dungeon for the new weapons. You have to craft them, so to say, instead of just dropping the weapons.
Correct.
So yeah, I can also show you guys of the new, for now, season 1 legend set that you can get. This is the CS set that you can get for reaching the legend tier. So that's
You also
that's a
get
good
some
one.
other stuff.
Yeah, you get some other stuff, but this is only the set right now. I can also show you the tiers. Season tiers, there it is. All of this is placeholder, so don't worry. Then you can see the tiers here. This is the bronze tier. Then you can see how it looks like for which gender. And then going on silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and legend one. That's the one I'm wearing. And yeah, you just work in the season towards the legends tier to have the reward. It might be tradable, as Chapstick already mentioned.
They will be tradable
After the merge. So that's nice. You want to show off the deal things?
Deal things? You mean
The
bidding?
deals. The daily deals and stuff.
Oh, no, not yet. I'd rather
Not yet. Okay, we're not going to show that off yet. But
No.
we also have like a
yeah.
daily thing. I need to find it somewhere.
You mean the daily
Yeah, the
freebies?
challenges. Yeah, we have daily
Okay.
challenges and weekly challenges right now. So you get keys, and then you can open various chests. And if you have premium, you can buy the premium kind of chest. They probably just have more items or a higher rate of getting more stuff than the normal chests. And you have to complete various daily quests. And you also have 3 weekly quests every single time, and then you get even more stuff there. So it's a cool thing instead of the old bad looking UI for the daily quest that we had for now. So I wanted to open page.
There's
Show
also a lot
everything.
more tasks, quests required with this system. So usually it was just, I think in the old server, it was just kill X monster Y amount of times. It's now a load more. So it's actually a lot more enjoyable. And if you are, say for example, you're level 10 and you get a quest that says kill, I don't know, Red Meteor, you can just select a different one.
I think next thing that I want to show off is the new weapon reroll one. Because people might want to know how it looks like. I can also show you the new one-hand axis for Slayers, the new weapons. This is the Bloodbane one. They're looking kind of neat. I like those. So I will go over the new weapons and the sets later, so don't think about those. So the new weapon reroll system works as follows. You just put in your item, and then you need X amount of diamonds, X amount of various dusts that you get from various items. And
You sacrifice them.
yeah, you basically sacrifice an old item for X amount of dust, and you need the dust to reroll the weapons. And I think I still need diamonds. If one of you guys would be so kind to give me some diamonds so I can show it off. And But the good thing is about this one is you can individually reroll every single stat. Nice awake though. Yeah, I mean, casually 2,500% increased critical damage is... It's casual, you know? So...
Can be better.
Yeah. So for example, I have the minimum attack of 1226 right now, and I want to increase it. I just re-roll it. It says I don't have enough diamonds. So maybe it's kind of broken right now. Let's see if it works. I think it's currently a little bit broken, so I cannot really show it off. But you can now individually re-roll every single stat instead of, as we had before, one single stat and then it's locked to that. So, found a glitch, found a bug. Ta-da!
Add it to the bug report.
Yeah, we will. So, for all the fashion junkies here, you can now transmute all of your fashion wherever you are. There's also a feature for that. And transformation. You can just change the fashion wherever you are. You don't have to stand next to the NPC. I don't know if that was a thing before. But
we've actually added about 100 quality of life changes. We've
so
added
many
so much
quality
over
of
this
life
time
changes
that we don't even have a list. So I guess just consider it a little Easter egg as you try right-clicking like everything, and it should just work out much easier than what you regularly do. It's just to make you guys more comfortable.
I already mentioned the new dungeon. The new dungeon is called Craft of Hephaestus, I think is how you pronounce it. As you can see, you can get constructions plans for each individual weapons, and of course babies and all that kind of stuff. And this is not the final art here for the teleporter, so keep that in mind. The entrance level is Angel rank 50 plus, and you can only enter it twice a day. It will also now say the recommended HP and all that kind of stuff. So I will not enter it. This will be a secret for you guys to explore when the patch coming out. So if you want to be one of the first ones to see it, you obviously have to go to the live server, because then you're probably already Angel rank 50. Or you just grind on seasons till you reach Angel rank 50. And I have to say, I speak from my personal experience with the dungeon. The dungeon is not as easy as you think it is as the other dungeon. It has already a big spike of completing the dungeons. And I have to say, the dungeon is fun to play. It's challenging for new players on the season. I can't wait to see the first attempts of people trying the new dungeon. And it will be fun. It will be challenging. And you guys also changed the tank AI. So that means
it'll favor those with HP.
It will the boss will attack the person with the most HP, and it's not random anymore with who he attacks, that target switch and all that kind of stuff. So it's great. I don't know how the tank AI actually works in detail, but something along those lines.
Yeah. Is there anything else you need from me, or am I able to stay?
I think you're done. Let me check what I've written. Yeah, that's basically it. You can go now if you want to.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. If you need anything,
for coming.
Just message me on Discord. You guys know my Discord tag. And have a good night. Take care.
Good night. Okay, let's keep continuing. I'm gonna show off how you exchange the weapons. This is the conversions for the weapons. You need various other weapons. You need them, I think, ultimate plus 10. I'm not sure if this is the final one that you need, but you need various weapons, and you also need the construction plan that you drop in the new dungeon. And you need some kind of creation stone that you get from the titans that you're going to bid on, as far as I know. And then if you have all of these, you get the new weapons. And we can go over the new weapons now if you want to. And I'm also going to show in the item viewer how the weapons were looking like. So we have the Bloodborne one-hand sword. You can see the stats here. You may think some stats are a little bit ridiculous, but as Chapsix already mentioned, Tetris, aka Michael, already did good balancing with the items, and they are stronger than the already new one. So it is a benefit. And also a requirement for those are that you are a minimum Angel rank 50 to equip those weapons. So you can't be an AO1 player just buying the weapon and then use the overpowered weapons. You just have to get to Angel rank 50 to actually equip those weapons on top of it. So there's that. If I could look on the Discord. So yeah, some stats, yeah, as it is as usual, if you create those weapons, they will be that will have random stats. They vary between a certain range that you can see here, but while sacrificing, for example, the Anko weapons or other Bloodbane weapons, you get the dust that you need for rerolling, and then you can perfect your weapons. It is not as easy as it was maybe before. We made it, I think, a little bit harder to reroll the weapons, but at least you get a little bit of progress and you need lots of farming to get your weapons to perfect. This is the Bloodborne one-hand sword for the Slayer. And we're gonna go for the Bloodbane two-hand sword for the Templar. You may seem like, oh, 300 STR? Oh, God. So there's that. And then there's the one-hand Bloodbane Axed. And look up the stats if you want to. Then we have the Bloodbane two-hand Axed. Then we have the Bloodbane Knuckle with those stats. Bloodbane Stick. And the Bloodbane Wand. And then we have the Bloodbane Staff. Those, as I mentioned, the staffs, they look ridiculous. Like, look at this. 300 int. It's like, what the fuck, right? But they're kind of balanced, and they're in addition to what you had before. It's definitely an upgrade to the Anko weapons. Bloodbane Bow. We have the Bloodbane Yo-Yo. No, those numbers are real. Bloodbane Book. We have a Bloodbone Shield. And those were the Bloodbone weapons. Now we have the Titanbane. So basically the Titanbane, the Bloodbane weapons are the damage weapons, quote unquote. And now we're going to go to the tank weapons. We have the Titanbane one-hand sword. They're all blue. Then we have the Titanbane two-hand sword. The Titanbane one-hand axe. Then the Titanbane two-hand axe. That's the Titanbane knuckle. It's the Titanbane stick. That is the Titanbane wand. That is the Titanbane staff. Titanbane bow. Titanbane yo-yo. That's the Titanbane book. And that's the Titanbane shield. So, yeah. And considering that you need every single dungeon that we have, like low-level dungeon, and need the weapons ultimate plus 10, plus all the other scrolls, make those items very valuable. And on top of it, you need lots of re-rolling to actually get your weapons perfect. So, that is one of a kind, you know? We also have the Guild Finder that you already know. So don't mind these names, they're like weird names that people use. Like, it's normal, you just join a guild, whatever you want to, and then join it. Talking about guilds, we can go over the guilds, about the buffs. We have now the guild buffs, you always have a single buff, not as we have on the live server with a bunch of buffs. We have a single buff, and that buff, the higher the guild gets, the higher it progresses. So we start with speed buff 5, and then it gets XP rate on top of it, and then it slowly increases the higher the guild level is, up to the final one that you have. So each time you do 10 levels, it gives a small experience and attack rate and everything increases. So that you're not having a billion of guild buffs again. Of course, we changed the Asmodee's Trial buff. Penya buff level 1 gives 6%, Penya 2 gives 12, drop rate 6, reversions, ships. And all of this is more balanced now, and I don't know if they're gonna change when the patch is coming live. Like, everything is a little bit placeholder here, so don't bear with me if the numbers will be different when the server is actually going live. You might want to see the record book. You can set records now, and everyone can see them. So if people go here and you see that I have lots of strength, and then you can hunt for various most stamina, most HP, most PvE damage, most PvP damage, and the rank 1 player of this will always be displayed with the gear that he was wearing, just visually, not with the actual gear what he had, just visually what gear he was wearing, and he will be displayed in the record book. Then we also have various speedruns that you can do, like fastest level 60, fastest master, fastest hero, up to fastest angel ring 100, and the rank 1 player with the fastest time will always be displayed on top of everyone else. We also have a dungeon speedrun for various dungeons. You can set the speedrunning times for all sorts of dungeons, and you can battle then with other competitors who has the fastest clearing time. You can work on strategies, how to do and clear it the fastest. And if you have a party, the whole party will be mentioned in, the players in the party will be mentioned in the dungeon speedruns. So it's not only the party leader or whatever. So you have like a little bit of competition there. Royal Rumble we already explained. Quick switch is already a feature that already exists. Light and dark mode. I can show you the other dark mode. Yeah, we have the vote buff that you already know from the official, from the actually Clockworks FlyFF. You get vote if you have a 7-day vote streak. You have 50% EXP rate and 5% drop rate. I don't know if they want to do. If you vote now, that you keep your streak on the seasonal server. We don't know that yet. They're still deciding if they want to do it. So just keep voting, man. Keep voting. Then we're coming to the stat dice system. They have a new stat dice system where you can individually roll dices. You can use 50 dices, and then you can individually reroll each dice that you maybe messed up. So, for example, you wanted to go for everything strength. You had like, you want in somewhere, and this dice is stamina. So you wanted to reroll. Then you just pay the price of a dice. You press OK, and then it's rerolling that individual dice. So you can individually change something that you want, and it's great. So if you messed up somewhere from the previous stat dice system, you can now reroll those dices. And you also get, like, I think 5 dices for free from just playing. If you keep playing, you unlock dices for free, and yeah, no need for wasting lots of money on that. We also have the enchanted blue dices. They have a potential to have a max stat of, I think, currently 6 instead of 5 being perfect. And if you know if something is perfect, if the stars behind it, but to reroll those, they're twice as expensive, but you can get the max set of 6 instead of 5. So for all the people that are going for endgame content and want to have perfect dices, here's the way to do it. The pets is still free, and we have like hundreds of quality of life changes on top of that. What could I maybe show as well? I could show the AFK collector that you can like see everything, and then you can just claim it wherever you be. What else do we have? Record back pet filters already known for. Yeah, we can go over the new Anarchy buffs. So we have new Anarchy buffs, and what in addition to this right now is When you farm, we had the option to do 1% tenure sponsoring for the donation bank. This is now a forced thing, so everyone is giving out 1% of their penure that they farm for the Anarchy buffs. And we have new buffs now for a little bit of Perrin. Prices are still placeholders, so don't think everything is final here. And we just changed something. Dungeon drop rate, for example, for a higher drop rate. And then you can just get stuff. Right. So that is great. All of those prices are placeholders, so they're not final yet. So is there anything else you guys want to see? Because I think there's not really much in terms of other stuff that I can show you right now. I could fight a Titan. Fight this Titan. For some reason. He's running away. Oh, he's healing himself. He's cheating. That's fine. So there's that. There's a lot of quality of life thing. Bossies and flares. Yeah, potentially. So there's a lot of things you can do, and you can buy lots of stuff here in-game now, and everything like that. Go kill the SM Titan. I mean, I could. Show me fashion? I'm not going to show fashion, though. You have to experience that on your own. I don't know if I can attack this one here. Oh, I can. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna kill the Titan, just for the lulz. Fashion Grader equip. It's true. It's true. I think we also added mounts to the in-game shop. As that. Yeah, since that is a spawned one. Yeah, that Titan is not naturally spawned. I think they spawn 2 AM, 6 AM, 10 AM, 2 PM. Something like that, like a 4-hour circle, and then every single day the spawn does drop something else for various other items. So there's that. Will the health of the Titan be 85 million, or will that be changed? I think the Titans, the more player are approaching the Titan, the more HP the Titan gets, or something like that. That's some kind of mechanic is going to happen. And you need a minimum of 5 players, 5 individual players, to fight the Titan to trigger the auction for the items that you need for exchanging the new weapons. Yeah, I think that's mainly what it does. I'm not very familiar with the systems on my own, so there's that. Good idea. 5 players, different IP, right? Yeah. It's 5 players, 5 different IPs. How do they work? Titans have 85 million HP. They increase for every new unique player that joins the fight by 25%. After killing the Titan, personal loot is given directly to your character. You're also given the chance to attain extra, more powerful loot through loot auctions. There we go. That's how it works. Basically what it says on the website. So now I'm going to show you how the new dark theme would look like. This is the dark theme I was working on. You can use this if you want to. You don't have to. I like the looks of it. It's great. And then we can also choose in the display. We have the other dark theme, which all of you are maybe more familiar of. So I'm gonna go and restart my client, because you always have to restart your client to do so. Oh, it will be dark. And all the Titans will be spawning inside of the arena. Oh, okay, we were worried they will die before everyone. So, this is the new login screen. You will have now a fancy video playing. Also the quick login that you already know. A lovely video that plays when you are going to play. And then we will have 2 servers. This is just a beta server. And They also redid the creation of a character. You now start with fashion at the beginning that you can choose individually, so you don't look like a scrub when you start. And they have like a little changes here, so that's cool. And yeah, that's the login screen. And this is the dark theme that most of you are probably familiar with. Look, I didn't see new power-ups. Is there new power-ups? I actually do not know if there's new power-ups. So, yeah. That's mainly all the new features that I wanted to show you guys. And you can experience this on the 24th of January your own, with more fixes, more things added than I could show you. It's just too much to show. And I think you guys enjoyed the little tour of the beta and what is going to happen. And can we see what's in the boxes, like the rewards? Yeah, they will probably be in the description of the boxes. So with that, I'm gonna end the showcase of what is happening. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope most of the questions would be got answered. And yeah, I would say thanks for watching. And I'll be keep streaming now. I'll be gonna play a different game. So if you want to stick up around and we want to talk more about FlyFF, you can stick around. If not, you can leave. And yeah, I hope I will see you all at the season start and also on the live start when the big patch is coming on. And thank you for having me.